Good morning. Good morning. We request all our esteemed guests to kindly take their seats and keep their mobile phones on silent mode. The Honorable Union Minister of Finance and Corporate Affairs will be joining us shortly. Thank you.
सभी को नमस्कार। मैं सभागार में उपस्थित सभी अतिथियों से अनुरोध करता हूं कि कृपया अपनी सीट पर बैठ जाएं और अपने मोबाइल फ़ोन को स्विच ऑफ या साइलेंट मोड पर रखें। हमारे मुख्य अतिथि शीघ्र ही हमारे बीच होंगे।
I am pleased to inform that Honorable Union Minister of Finance and Corporate Affairs, Srimati Nirmala Sitharamanji, has reached the venue. We will be commencing the day's proceedings shortly. Honorable Union Finance Minister is now unveiling the plaque of the new DRI headquarters building. This moment stands as a testament to our shared vision, commitment, and progress. Now, the Honorable Union Finance Minister is cutting the ribbon at the entrance of the new building. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in witnessing this proud occasion.
इस पावन अवसर पर माननीय केंद्रीय वित्त मंत्री पूजा अनुष्ठान में सम्मिलित हो रही हैं। हमारी सांस्कृतिक परंपराओं से प्रेरित यह आयोजन इस नवीन परिसर की मंगलमयी शुरुआत का प्रतीक है। हमारे मुख्य अतिथिगण शीघ्र ही हमारे बीच पधारने वाले हैं। मुख्य अतिथियों के आगमन पर आप सभी से अनुरोध है कि कृपया तालियों की गड़गड़ाहट के साथ उनका स्वागत करें। माननीय केंद्रीय वित्त एवं कॉर्पोरेट कार्य मंत्री श्रीमती निर्मला सीतारमन जी, माननीय केंद्रीय वित्त राज्य मंत्री श्री पंकज चौधरी जी, राजस्व सचिव श्री अरविंद श्रीवास्तव जी, अध्यक्ष CBIC श्री संजय कुमार अग्रवाल जी, CBIC के सदस्यगण, महानिदेशक DRI, सभी सम्मानित वरिष्ठ तथा सेवानिवृत्त अधिकारीगण, आप सभी का हार्दिक अभिनंदन।
मैं नेहा यादव
और मैं दिव्यलोक आप सभी का DRI भवन के उद्घाटन के अवसर पर DRI की ओर से हार्दिक स्वागत करते हैं।
At the outset, may I take the opportunity to express our deepest gratitude to the Honorable Union Finance Minister for sparing time from her busy schedule. Madam, as we stand at the threshold of entering the new premises of DRI headquarters, your presence with us on this historic occasion is a matter of pride for the officers of DRI.
ज्योति एक प्रतीक है, नवचेतना का, नए ज्ञान का, नई ऊर्जा का। इसलिए एक नए दृढ़ निश्चय और प्रेरणा के लिए हम दीप प्रज्वलित करते हैं। मैं मंचासीन अतिथिगण से दीप प्रज्वलन कर कार्यक्रम के शुभारंभ करने का आग्रह करता हूं।
भारत में भर दे
As a token of our respect and gratitude, we'll welcome the dignitaries on the dais with a sapling and memento. On this auspicious occasion, we are presenting to our guests a memento crafted to commemorate the inauguration of the new DRI building. The memento beautifully encapsulates the spirit and architectural elegance of DRI's new home. I request Chairman CBIC, Shri Sanjay Kumar Agarwal ji, to welcome Honorable Union Finance Minister. Thank you, sir.
मैं सदस्य सीबीआईसी श्री एम.के. सिंह जी से आग्रह करता हूं कि वो माननीय केंद्रीय वित्त राज्य मंत्री श्री पंकज चौधरी जी का अभिनंदन करें। धन्यवाद सर।
I request DG DRI Shri Abhay Kumar Srivastav ji to welcome Revenue Secretary Shri Arvind Srivastav ji. Thank you, sir. May I now invite Director General DRI Shri Abhay Kumar Srivastav ji to deliver the welcome address.
Honorable Union Minister for Finance and Corporate Affairs, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji. Honorable Minister of State for Finance, Shri Pankaj Chaudhary ji. Revenue Secretary, Shri Arvind Srivastav. Chairman CBIC, Shri Sanjay Kumar Agarwal. Member Compliance Management, Shri M.K. Singh. Distinguished members of CBIC, esteemed guests, senior officers from CBIC and from other departments, learned AG, learned ASG, DGs and officers from the LEAs, invitees from the press, ex-DGs of DRI, ex-chairmen of chairpersons of CBIC, ladies and gentlemen. A very good morning to all of you. It is with immense pride and profound gratitude that I welcome you all. On this historic occasion, the inauguration of new headquarters building of DRI. This event fulfills a long cherished institutional aspiration of DRI. Madam, it may not be out of place to mention that for the past 5 decades, DRI headquarters was functioning from just 2 floors from the drum-shaped building at the ITO. Since 1957, DRI has been serving as the apex agency in the fight against smuggling, commercial frauds, and other financial crimes. The new DRI headquarters is a symbol of our unwavering commitment to safeguarding the economic frontiers of India. Madam, as our economy grows and gets more deeply integrated with global value chains, the scale of trade and travel also expands. While the growth of economy is welcome and cherished, we are happy being the fourth largest economy, but then it also gives rise to transnational financial crimes. Criminal syndicates nowadays operate with very sophisticated modus operandi by misusing global supply chains, by leveraging e-commerce platforms, by exploiting third country origins, by utilizing cryptocurrency and dark web, and by conducting multi-layered financial transactions in order to evade detection. Against this evolving landscape, it was imperative that DRI is equipped with state-of-the-art infrastructure that enables operational agility, ensures confidentiality, fosters seamless interagency coordination, and embraces cutting-edge technologies. By way of background, the land for this building was purchased from DRI in 2018. Despite various administrative and environmental challenges, including a legal hurdle that required intervention by the Honorable Supreme Court, DRI remained committed to this project. Finally, February 2023 marked a crucial milestone when Honorable Supreme Court granted permission for the construction of this building. This four-storied building has been built by CPWD. In the heart of the building, there is a beautiful courtyard covered by a transparent space frame through which natural light permeates to all levels. The high tea has been served there. The building features secure access, CISF deployment, and advanced surveillance system, ensuring the highest standards of safety. It's also a privilege that we share our boundary with Aravali Biodiversity Park, and thus we are blessed with lush green surroundings. Going by the specific requirements of DRI, demanding work schedules, and the well-being of officers, the building houses a conference hall, a training room, a library, a creche for working parents, modern record rooms, a strong room for precious seized goods, interrogation rooms with two-way mirrors, canteen, and a recreation room. More details about the building will be shown in a short video presentation. Madam, this building sets a new standard in environmentally sustainable design by integrating energy efficiency, resource conservation, and green technologies. It complies with green building norms, showcasing our commitment to sustainability and inclusivity. We would like to take this opportunity to express our heartfelt gratitude to Honorable Finance Minister for her exemplary vision and leadership, the Minister of State for Finance for the unstinted support, the Revenue Secretary for his mentorship, the board for their guidance and continued encouragement. I would also like to express my deepest appreciation for every officer at DRI, both past and present, whose integrity, probity, diligence, professionalism, and commitment continue to motivate. To every officer who will walk the alleys of this building, may you be inspired by the strength of this foundation and by the legacy you are entrusted to carry forward. To my fellow DRI colleagues, let this building be a symbol of our collective resolve to guard the economic frontiers of India with courage and commitment, to tackle new and emerging threats with technology, innovation, and perseverance, but most importantly, to uphold the rule of law with complete fairness and equity. And all this has to be driven by one singular vision, that is to create a safer, a stronger, and a more resilient India. I would like to end my address with a quotation that DRI officers always keep in the backdrop. I quote, "The most important thing in this world is not so much where we stand today. It is rather the direction in which we are moving." Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Your words have not only inspired us, but also set the tone for today's momentous occasion.
मैं माननीय अध्यक्ष सीबीआईसी श्री संजय कुमार अग्रवाल जी से अनुरोध करता हूं कि इस ऐतिहासिक अवसर पर सभा को संबोधित करें।
Honorable Minister of Finance and Corporate Affairs, Shrimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji, Honorable Minister of State for Finance, Shri Pankaj Chaudhary ji, Revenue Secretary, Shri Arvind Srivastav ji, esteemed dignitaries and colleagues, foreign attaches, ex-chairman, ex-member, ex-DG DRI, CBIC, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a proud and momentous occasion to be here today for the inauguration of the new headquarters building of the Directorate of Revenue Intelligence. I extend my warmest congratulations to the entire DRI team. I also take this opportunity to thank CPWD and other government departments who have contributed to turning this vision into reality. Madam, under your able leadership, CBIC has undertaken a transformational journey in infrastructure development. Over the last decade, the department has witnessed an unprecedented expansion in both office and residential infrastructure. Projects worth over rupees 4,500 crores have been sanctioned since 2014. And I am proud to state that these are being implemented with commitment to timelines and quality. With the robust indirect tax collections, increase in taxpayer base, and expansion in the number of customs ports across India, the role of CBIC is also increasing in the economic growth story of our country. In this evolving landscape, it is imperative that we are not only relying our human resources accordingly, but also enhance our institutional capabilities to meet the growing demands with efficiency and impact. Last year alone saw the completion of key infrastructure projects across the country, including the state-of-the-art training institute at Palasamudram, a modern residential complex at Dwarka in Delhi, and a new office building in Udaipur. In the coming months, we look forward to the completion of infrastructure projects in Ghaziabad, Kolhapur, and Lucknow. Major office cum residential projects in Mumbai in Wadala, Shillong, and Hyderabad are also underway, which, when complete, will significantly enhance the infrastructure at these locations. As we celebrate the landmark today, it is worth recalling that since its inception in 1957, DRI has stood at the forefront of India's fight against smuggling, commercial fraud, and economic offences that challenge the integrity of our financial systems. I am pleased to note that DRI is harnessing modern technology, advanced data analytics, and open source intelligence to stay ahead of emerging threats. Its growing synergy with domestic and international enforcement agencies reflects the DRI's evolving adaptive posture. Infrastructure is much more than brick and mortar. It is the backbone of progress. These words ring true as we stand before this future-ready headquarters building. Every element in this building has been thoughtfully designed to serve the needs of a modern enforcement agency. As DRI officers begin working from this new facility, I urge each one of them to carry forward the organization's legacy with professionalism and resolve. Let this new chapter be defined by courage, clarity of purpose, and an unwavering commitment to national interests. Let this be a place that nurtures collaboration, innovation, and integrity. Thank you and Jai Hind.
धन्यवाद सर। आपके प्रभावशाली संबोधन ने हमारे संकल्प और उत्साह को और भी प्रबल किया है। राजस्व आसूचना निदेशालय भारत की प्रमुख तस्करी विरोधी जांच और संचालन एजेंसी है। अपनी स्थापना के समय से डीआरआई ने सीमा शुल्क धोखाधड़ी, मादक पदार्थों की तस्करी तथा अवैध व्यापार का पता लगाने में एक महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाई है। अब हम आपको डीआरआई के प्रमुख अभियानों पर बनाए गए एक वीडियो प्रस्तुति देखने के लिए आमंत्रित करते हैं, जो राष्ट्र की सुरक्षा और अर्थव्यवस्था की रक्षा करते हुए डीआरआई के अधिकारियों की निष्ठा और प्रतिबद्धता को दर्शाती है। मैं आपसे अनुरोध करता हूं कि कृपया अपना ध्यान स्क्रीन पर निर्देशित करें।
With India's growing presence on the global stage, safeguarding its economic frontiers becomes more vital for preserving the nation's integrity and security. The Directorate of Revenue Intelligence is the sentinel, which ensures this by waging a relentless battle against smuggling and financial crimes with unwavering resolve. From the interception of drugs and weapons to the detection of tax evasion and prevention of trade-based money laundering, the DRI remains at the forefront of the fight against financial crimes. Gold smuggling has been a persistent challenge due to the high value, compact size, and the ease of concealment of gold. DRI has always stood as a formidable force against gold smuggling. Whether concealed in passenger baggage, hidden inside cargo shipments, or smuggled across long and porous land and sea borders, the smuggled gold seldom escapes the alert eyes of the DRI. In the last 1 year, DRI has seized 1,382 kilograms of gold in numerous operations in which key members of the smuggling syndicates were arrested and entire networks busted. In one of the largest recent seizures in India, 108 kilograms of gold being smuggled on mules through Ladakh was intercepted by the ITBP. DRI took up the investigation with a series of raids across multiple locations, dismantling the smuggling syndicate and arresting key operatives. In another high-profile seizure at the Mumbai airport, DRI caught a diplomat with 25 kg of gold concealed on her body in specially designed garments. At the IGI airport, Delhi, DRI seized 22 kilograms of gold from 3 women who were acting as carriers for a larger syndicate located abroad. Investigations have revealed the existence of illegal gold melting facilities where smuggled gold is processed for extraction. Over the past year, DRI has busted several such clandestine facilities, leading to the seizure of more than 200 kilograms of gold and the arrest of key syndicate members, busting the entire network. In a world increasingly beset by the drugs menace, the DRI wages a relentless war against the drug cartels. Through intelligence gathering, cutting-edge technology, and relentless surveillance, the DRI intercepts drug consignments at various entry points, ports, airports, and the long and winding land and maritime borders. DRI also extends its watch on every inch of the hinterland, targeting the factories and manufacture of illicit substances and the peddlers who distribute the drugs. In a recent operation at ICP Attari, DRI officers intercepted a consignment of heroin ingeniously concealed hollow canes in Afghan broom. In a high-risk operation, DRI officers raided a clandestine drug factory near Ratlam. Inside, they discovered a fully operational facility manufacturing synthetic drugs in large quantities, with plans to distribute them through underground networks. In similar operations, DRI has busted clandestine drug factories in Ahmedabad, Vapi, Sambhajinagar, Nagpur, and Hyderabad during the last year. In a meticulous operation in Aswal, DRI officers uncovered a hidden compartment in a vehicle and seized 13.62 kilograms of methamphetamine tablets cleverly concealed inside. In the current year, DRI has seized 62 kg of heroin, 85 kg of cocaine, 10,000 kg of ganja, and more than 600 kg of synthetic drugs like ketamine, methamphetamine, and ecstasy, and arrested the key members to dismantle the entire smuggling networks. These seizures curtailed illicit trade worth billions, crippling criminal syndicates' finances. Despite evolving challenges like the dark web and cryptocurrencies, DRI remains at the forefront in the country's fight against drugs. In the heart of India's natural beauty lies its flora and fauna, diverse, precious, and irreplaceable. From endangered species to rare animal parts, wildlife trafficking is a multi-billion-dollar industry. The DRI aims to protect not just the nation's economy, but also its natural heritage. In a significant operation in Siwan, Bihar, officers of DRI caught 4 persons, including the kingpin, involved in poaching and selling of ivory tusk. In another outstanding case, DRI officers seized 28,17,000 feathers of one of India's most iconic and sacred birds, the peacock. These feathers were being smuggled out of India, bound for illegal collectors. DRI has carried out numerous operations against domestic peddlers of protected wildlife, thus justifying the increased responsibility entrusted to it by the Wildlife Protection Amendment Act of the year 2022. In a recent operation, disguised as purchasers, DRI officers managed to apprehend the trafficker and also recovered 781 hatha-jodis and 19.6 kg of soft corals. In another operation, the officers received information about a vehicle carrying red sanders for illegal export. The officers maintained discreet surveillance and identified the vehicle involved in the smuggling operation. The red sanders were later removed from the vehicle and concealed inside an export container declared to be carrying granite blocks. The container was intercepted after port entry to ensure that the entire supply chain is identified and dismantled. All the people involved in the supply chain were arrested, and 8 tons of precious red sanders was seized during the operation. In today's interconnected world, financial crimes have no borders. Criminal syndicates can operate across continents, hiding behind complex transactions and exploiting international trade routes for their illicit activities. Using advanced data analytics, forensic accounting, and intelligence sharing, the DRI tracks suspicious financial movements, identifies patterns of evasion, and traces illicit goods across borders. Through the DRI's meticulous efforts, cases of duty evasion of around rupees 10,000 crores were detected this year. In one such case, DRI, in coordination with Hong Kong Customs, unearthed a major case of trade-based money laundering in special economic zones, leading to the arrest of perpetrators in India and Hong Kong. In several cases, DRI uncovered multinational corporations evading taxes on royalties and other payments related to IPR. These companies have utilized complex web of subsidiary arrangements to mask the transactions in order to evade payment of due taxes. The DRI also shares intelligence with foreign law enforcement and customs agencies as part of its efforts to combat smuggling and other illicit activities globally. Last year, DRI had shared more than 25 intelligences with many European and Asian countries, leading to significant seizures of gold, drugs, and cigarettes. Coordinating with international agencies, tapping into cutting-edge tools and technologies, the DRI always remains one step ahead of the criminals. DRI ensures that India's trade remains fair, lawful, and untarnished. Through its actions and achievements, the Directorate of Revenue Intelligence, as a law enforcement agency, has become a symbol of commitment, integrity, and professionalism.
The new DRI headquarters premise has been thoughtfully designed to cater to the operational requirements of DRI as an apex anti smuggling agency. Sustainability and well being of officers have been prioritized while designing the building. We'll now play a short video showcasing the key features of the project.
In the heart of Vasant Kunj, New Delhi, rises a structure that stands for integrity, intelligence, and service to nation. This is the new headquarters of the Directorate of Revenue Intelligence, India's premier anti-smuggling agency guarding the economic frontiers. Designed with purpose and built with precision, this building is a seamless blend of modern architecture and environmental responsibility. Set against the serene backdrop of the Aravali Biodiversity Park, it is a truly green building in form, function, and philosophy. Its every structural detail reflects a commitment to sustainability, from natural clay stone tile cladding to energy efficient window glass facades. It is powered by solar photovoltaic systems that harnesses solar energy. Sewage treatment plant recycles water for horticulture and can harvest up to 2.5 lakh liters of rainwater. It is designed to conserve our precious natural resources. A double-height entrance lobby welcomes visitors with elegance and openness. At its core, a stunning central courtyard covered by a transparent space frame brings in natural light, illuminating all levels of the building. Spread across 5 expansive levels with a built-up area of over 10,490 square meters, the headquarters is meticulously tailored to meet DRI's unique and demanding operational needs. It houses state-of-the-art record rooms, functional statement rooms, secure storage rooms, training cum briefing rooms, and modern working spaces for all its dedicated officers. The building incorporates spaces that inspire thought and dialogue. From a modern library to a 55-seater conference room and a multi-purpose auditorium, this is a hub for learning, deliberation, and engagement. At its heart, the building cherishes people. The creche for working parents, a cozy canteen, a well-equipped recreation room, and modern amenities cultivates a balanced and inclusive workspace. The building incorporates modern functionalities to provide convenient workplace for both officers and visitors. It features energy efficient heating, ventilation, and AC systems, LED lightings, occupancy sensors, and ample parking spaces with EV chargers. Smart, secure, sustainable. The new DRI headquarters is more than a building. It is a commitment to operational excellence, officer welfare, and environmental stewardship. Directorate of Revenue Intelligence, serving the nation with commitment, integrity, and professionalism.
I now request Honorable Revenue Secretary Shri Arvind Srivastava ji to address the gathering on this special occasion.
Union Minister of Finance and Corporate Affairs, Madam Nirmala Sitharaman ji. Honorable Union Minister of State for Finance, Shri Pankaj Chaudhary ji. Chairman and members of CBIC, Director General DRI, dignitaries in the audience,
friends from the media, and colleagues. I am pleased to join the inauguration of DRI's new headquarters, a landmark as it stands a testament to DRI's important role in creating safe and secure economic environment, which is the cornerstone of India's march towards Viksit Bharat. A few days ago, I had the opportunity to review some salient cases detected by DRI, along with the wide array of anti-smuggling operation that it conducts. The depth and scale of both domestic and cross-border operations being carried out by DRI is indeed noteworthy. As transnational syndicates use new methodologies and technologies to bypass traditional controls, the role of DRI must evolve correspondingly in detection and disruption of such illicit trade and financial flows. DRI's enforcement strategy needs to be supported by intelligence, which would entail strengthening information flows among customs, GST, income tax, other intelligence and enforcement agencies, and partner departments through well-structured data sharing frameworks. Whether through e-commerce or air cargo or small postal parcel trades, illicit actors exploit opaque trade movements, and so it is imperative that enforcement in DRI remains one step ahead of concealment. I would encourage DRI to dedicate resources for evaluating emerging threats from disguised supply chains, cross-border e-commerce, dark web, cryptocurrency misuse, synthetic drug movement, misuse of digital platforms. DRI needs to move ahead with data-driven intelligence and the use of advanced technological tools. Innovation in enforcement must match innovation in the crime. In today's landscape, economic offenses are intrinsically linked to national security concerns. Drug trafficking, illicit wildlife trade, environmental crime, dual-use goods smuggling, and sanction evasion pose hybrid threats. DRI, therefore, must continue to build robust collaborations with overseas enforcement bodies through real-time intelligence exchanges, joint operations, and mutual legal assistance frameworks. As I congratulate DRI for the acquisition of this remarkable building, I also hope that this building will become a launch pad for transformation. The building, with its modern facilities and amenities, which fosters conducive work environment for the officers and staff of DRI, is indeed a very great achievement for the organization. I hope that this building will represent a renewed dedication to take DRI forward with integrity, intelligence, and innovation. Thank you very much.
We express our sincere gratitude to you, sir, for your guidance and inspiration.
माननीय केंद्रीय वित्त राज्य मंत्री श्री पंकज चौधरी जी, आपसे अनुरोध है कि इस नवनिर्मित मुख्यालय के उद्घाटन के विशेष अवसर पर अपने प्रेरणादायी शब्दों से हम सभी को अनुग्रहित करें।
आदरणीय वित्त एवं कॉर्पोरेट कार्य मंत्री श्रीमती निर्मला सीतारमण जी, राजस्व सचिव श्री अरविंद श्रीवास्तव जी, CBIC अध्यक्ष संजय अग्रवाल जी, महानिदेशक DRI श्री अभय श्रीवास्तव जी, CBIC सदस्य श्री MK सिंह जी, प्रधान अपर महानिदेशक DRI श्री ब्रिज भूषण गुप्त जी, यहाँ उपस्थित सभी गणमान्य जन, यह मेरे लिए अत्यंत ही हर्ष का विषय है कि आज इस ऐतिहासिक अवसर राजस्व सूचना निदेशालय के नए मुख्यालय भवन के उद्घाटन समारोह में आप सभी के बीच उपस्थित हूँ। ये भवन केवल एक स्ट्रक्चर नहीं है, बल्कि यह उस संकल्प का प्रतीक है जो हमने एक मजबूत, सुरक्षित और आत्मनिर्भर भारत के निर्माण हेतु लिया है। इस अवसर पर मैं हमारे देश के यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी और वित्त मंत्री श्रीमती निर्मला सीतारमण जी की दूरदर्शिता और मार्गदर्शन के लिए हार्दिक आभार प्रकट करता हूँ। उनके कुशल नेतृत्व और प्रगति केंद्रित दृष्टिकोण ने देश के आर्थिक सुरक्षा तंत्र को आधुनिक और प्रभावशाली बनाने की दिशा में महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाई है। ये दूरदृष्टि हमें आज इस नए, सुसज्जित और तकनीकी रूप से उन्नत मुख्यालय तक लेकर आई है। DRI की स्थापना 1957 भारत सरकार द्वारा देश के आर्थिक हितों की रक्षा हेतु की गई थी। तब से यह संस्था राष्ट्रीय सुरक्षा और आर्थिक व्यवस्था के संरक्षक के रूप में कार्य कर रही है। चाहे वो तस्करी हो, मादक पदार्थों का अवैध व्यापार, सोने या विदेशी मुद्रा की हेराफेरी या वन्य जीवों की तस्करी, DRI ने हर मोर्चे पर इनको रोकने में अपनी निपुणता और प्रतिबद्धता प्रदर्शित किया है। आज DRI न केवल भारत में बल्कि वैश्विक मंच पर भी कानून प्रवर्तन एजेंसियों के बीच एक सम्मानित स्थान रखता है। टेक्नोलॉजी का समावेश, डेटा एनालिटिक्स, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस और अंतर्राष्ट्रीय सहयोग की दिशा में DRI ने जिस तेजी से कार्य किया है वो प्रशंसनीय है। इसके साथ ही मैं आप सभी से आग्रह करता हूँ कि आप अपने कर्तव्य का निर्वहन पारदर्शी, निडर और निष्पक्षता के साथ करें। साथ ही ये भी सुनिश्चित करें कि उद्यम, व्यापार और देश में उद्यमिता का विकास का वातावरण सुरक्षित बना रहे तथा उसमें किसी प्रकार की बाधा उत्पन्न ना हो। हमारा प्रयास ऐसा होना चाहिए कि ईमानदार करदाता का उत्साह बना रहे और भारत के उद्यमशीलता की भावना को प्रोत्साहन मिलता रहे। यह नया मुख्यालय भवन अत्याधुनिक दक्षता और प्रतिबद्धता का प्रतीक है। यह भवन केवल ईंट और पत्थरों का ढांचा नहीं, बल्कि भारत की आर्थिक सुरक्षा के प्रहरी, DRI की निष्ठा, संकल्प और भविष्य की शक्ति का प्रतीक है। यहाँ की अत्याधुनिक सुविधाएं न केवल कार्य कुशलता को बढ़ावा देगी, बल्कि हमारे अधिकारियों को एक प्रेरणादायक वातावरण भी प्रदान करेगी, जहाँ वे देश सेवा में के अपने मिशन को और अधिक समर्पण के साथ निभा सकेंगे। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में और माननीय वित्त मंत्री जी की देखरेख में हमारी सरकार का लक्ष्य है कि एक तरफ ईमानदार व्यापारियों एवं व्यवसायियों को फैसिलिटेट किया जाना चाहिए, वहीं दूसरी ओर गैर कानूनी और देश की आर्थिक स्थिरता को हानि पहुंचाने वाले कार्यकलापों की उचित रोकथाम होनी चाहिए। इस उद्देश्य के प्राप्ति के लिए DRI ने सक्रिय योगदान दिया है। मैं इस अवसर पर DRI के सभी अधिकारियों और कर्मचारियों को उनकी निष्ठा, साहस, निरंतर परिश्रम के लिए बधाई देता हूं। साथ ही ये विश्वास दिलाता हूं कि भारत सरकार इस संस्था को और अधिक सशक्त और संसाधन संपन्न बनाने के लिए कृत संकल्प है। अंत में मैं एक बार पुनः प्रधानमंत्री जी और वित्त मंत्री जी की प्रेरणादायक नेतृत्व के लिए आभार प्रकट करता हूं और DRI परिवार को इस नए अध्याय के लिए शुभकामना देता हूं। जय हिंद।
माननीय मंत्री महोदय, आपके इस प्रेरक और विचारपूर्ण संबोधन के लिए हम सभी की ओर से हृदय से आभार।
May I now request Honorable Union Minister of Finance and Corporate Affairs, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji, to address the gathering.
afternoon. My colleague Shri Pankaj Chaudhary ji, Revenue Secretary, Arvind Srivastava ji, CBIC chairperson, and also the DG of DRI, together with the members of the board, former members and chairperson of the CBIC and the DRI, other agencies and their chiefs who have come here. In fact, it instills me with a lot of confidence that today in this ceremonial opening of the DRI's headquarters, 100 chosen, well-experienced people who have contributed to the national economic security are gathered here. And it is they who form the audience for today's meeting. So it actually gives me immense pleasure to be a part of this gathering and also to inaugurate this building, which is long overdue. I congratulate the leadership of DRI and also the CBIC in working together with the CPWD in having completed this within a matter of 2 years. And it is worth mentioning that it is just 2 years that you have taken to complete it. Because in this country, where there has been a chalta hai attitude in most of the works, I think we've set a very good example that in the last few years, particularly the last 10 years, more specifically, I would think in the last years immediately after COVID, there's been a very good spirit with which many of our buildings have gotten completed. I've placed very big importance and priority to have our workspaces better built, in fact built in the first place, and to have it completed in time, whether it is work or work-related spaces. Because in metropolitan towns, for officers to be without a proper residential accommodation, or for offices to be in rental accommodation all over the city, making logistics an issue. Priority given by both the boards, CBDT and CBIC, to get your offices ready and get your offices according to green standards is a very good priority, and I think that brings in a lot more efficiency among our people. So I would like to keep this momentum up. We need good workspaces, work environment make a lot of difference to the quality of work that we deliver. Of course, at this time it is important for us to talk about DRI's role in national security and economic integrity. You are the key guardians of our national economic frontier. The list of the jobs that you have to do have all been very well highlighted, whether it is a question of smuggling or drugs trafficking, illicit trade, and any such threat. It is you who are going to be in the frontier and make sure that the nation is safe. Your motto itself says a lot: invisible presence and visible results. Except for this building, I think many people wouldn't have known that there is something called DRI. All of us do bang at the CBDT and CBIC because when questions of GST or income tax comes up, we normally talk about you. But except for those in administration, question of national security, economic security, trafficking, gold smuggling are not concern of common people. In fact, when some very big detection happens of gold smuggling, common people get worried. Is this the extent of gold which comes into this country smuggled? So it is only then they start wondering who are the agencies who successfully bring them out. In fact, there are times when I cynically comment if using so much of intelligence and so much of technology and inter-service cooperation and international agencies cooperation, if you are able to detect this many, cynically I say, and I repeat, cynically, I always question how many goes unnoticed. Because it is important for us to keep ourselves well grounded. As much success as we find and as we register and record, there are clearly many more happening which goes unnoticed. And I'm not saying that as a shortfall from your side, but that is the extent to which global agencies are doing such nefarious activities. We need to have greater alertness, more actionable intelligence. I know this has been said several times, I don't want to repeat it here. Intelligence dumped on agencies or enforcement agencies by itself is a work done, no doubt. But from the dump of data or the cache of data which arrives, it is important for agencies to be smart enough to see which is the one which has got to be actionable and which has to be immediately taken up. So there is that area which I would still call as a gray area. And between agencies, there should be a far more meaningful way in which we are able to exchange information, but yet act on those which are going to be absolutely timely and critical. So I think it is that one area which I will highlight even today, with all the other agencies and their chiefs being here, that there should be a more meaningful way in which time and effort is optimized by sharing and acting equally. DRI is, of course, among the select group of Indian agencies which constitute a bulwark on India's national security apparatus. As much as we speak about gold, the narcotics is the biggest threat, I would think, today, which is infiltrated into every state and even small Mofussil towns. Schools and colleges are the first victims. You hear from so many different states that schools are being now targeted by drug traffickers, drug peddlers. It is first to be stopped by the DRI, and it is, of course, then coordinated to be worked with the state police officials as well. So we need to have a greater coordination, greater understanding of how, even if you understand the size and scope of the threat, do the state officials, law enforcement agencies, do they get a picture of the gravity of the situation? Do they act on it? That is the other side of action on which a lot more thought and discussion should happen. As much as I said, actionable input, coordination with state law enforcing agencies is the gray area I see, that today, even if you're able to stop such nefarious activities, the end result in the ground takes its own traction, and that has to be expedited. Of course, the evolving geopolitical and trade landscape is making our jobs even more difficult. So, in order to be able to achieve the mission that you have in hand, that which is becoming critical every day, three things are very important. I would think modern technology use will have to be more deeply and well integrated into your systems, data analytics, and so on. A lot of talk on AI, but I would want to see concrete outputs using AI. I said this before, but I repeat it. It's very important: seamless interagency coordination, stronger international partnerships, and very important is the continuous reinvention of ways in which you act on what you have to do. So I would think, with all this specific points that we address every now and then, if you're able to see that internal coordination among yourselves is better managed, your outputs are also better. I repeat the words of the Prime Minister saying, reform, perform, and transform is continuously the spirit with which we have to keep moving from where we are to where we should move forward. So, in order to be effective, enforcement agencies, I would think I'll highlight three things. First, do not view enforcement and facilitation as opposing ends of the spectrum. A robust intelligence framework that detects fraud is essential not just to catch wrongdoers, but to create a level playing field for the honest trade. Rules must be applied fairly and consistently, and frauds must be caught swiftly in order to have legitimate businesses thrive and confidence in our trade system to deepen. Second, investigate holistically, keeping the big picture in focus, not merely to chase isolated infractions. Leverage all available information and data on an entity, on an individual, and their behavioral patterns to uncover deeper systemic risks and threats by connecting latent dots. True intelligence is not just about seeing what others cannot. It's about seeing before others do. And just as I said, you see it before others do, but would you make others act on it as soon as you see it is equally important. The goal must be to dismantle entire network and the syndicate, not just to intercept fragments. I think this is one line which I've repeated in every one of my address to CBIC. No good if you catch the small fish or fry. The bigger ones are the ones who are there, not being touched by many of our actions. We need to have the entire value chain, as they would call, entire smuggling chain, entire nefarious operations chain, tracked and acted upon. It's not easy, I know, and I wouldn't mind repeating it any number of times, but we should show some tangible results on it. There are instances where absolutely stunning smuggling activities have been stopped because of bright intelligence, but I persuaded myself to keep following on one or two of these cases. I'm still waiting to find if you've taken it to a logical conclusion. You need to take it to the logical conclusion. One, to get them punished. Two, to find who the mastermind is. On both ends, I am pursuing on cases, but I would want results to be seen. Third, and the most important point, enforcement operations should be rooted not only in data but also in our dharma. Actions must be unyielding, but also just actions are necessary. Because when smuggling is stopped and fraud is exposed, judiciously acted upon as well, it helps move from a fear-driven compliance to a value and trust-based compliance environment. And that is why this is very important for us to follow. I urge every officer to keep their minds agile, values anchored, and also visions elevated. Confident that this new home of DRI will energize all of us, and also to reinforce our critical role in safeguarding the integrity of our economic and trade systems, as well as strengthening our national security. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
We extend our sincere gratitude to the Honorable Union Finance Minister for her inspiring address on this memorable occasion.
अब मैं कार्यक्रम को समापन की ओर ले जाते हुए माननीय प्रधान अपर महानिदेशक DRI श्री बीबी गुप्ता जी को धन्यवाद प्रस्ताव ज्ञापित करने हेतु सादर आमंत्रित करता हूं।
Honorable Union Minister of Finance and Corporate Affairs, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji, Honorable Union Minister of State for Finance, Shri Pankaj Chaudhary ji, Honorable Revenue Secretary, Chairman CBIC, Member Compliance Management, esteemed dignitaries, guests, colleagues. It is with immense pride and honor that I stand before you today on behalf of Directorate of Revenue Intelligence to propose a vote of thanks as we celebrate a significant milestone in the journey of DRI. Honorable Minister Ma'am, your unwavering support has given DRI a home of its own. On behalf of the entire DRI family, I express our deep gratitude for the same. Ma'am, in your speech, you have outlined the importance of interagency cooperation and the importance of cooperation among international agencies. Ma'am, you have also emphasized upon that we should take the results to the ground, down to the last mile. And ma'am, we have also noted that we should make an attempt not just to make seizures, but dismantle the entire network. Ma'am, your encouragement and belief in our mission inspires us to reach greater heights. On behalf of everyone present, I extend our sincere thanks to you, ma'am, for gracing this event with your presence. माननीय वित्त राज्य मंत्री श्री पंकज चौधरी जी, आपने कर्तव्यों का निर्वहन पारदर्शिता, निडरता एवं निष्पक्षता के साथ करने का जो संदेश दिया है, हम सब उसका तत्परता से अनुपालन करने का आश्वासन देते हैं। आज आपकी गरिमामयी उपस्थिति के लिए हम आभार व्यक्त करते हैं। I also wish to express my sincere thanks to the Revenue Secretary for his invaluable guidance and wisdom. DRI remains committed for excellence under your direction. Chairman CBIC sir, your vision has been instrumental not only in shaping this project but fostering countless initiatives that drive DRI's growth. We extend our heartfelt thanks for your leadership. Member Compliance sir, this achievement would not have been possible without your personal commitment. Earlier as Principal DG DRI and now as member, and we thank you for that. Today's inauguration stands as a testament to the collaborative effort across CBIC, and we are deeply grateful to that. I express our sincere thanks to Learned AG, Honorable National Maritime Security Coordinator, members of CBIC, esteemed heads and representatives of law enforcement agencies, sister government departments, and foreign attaches for honoring us with your presence. Your continued support strengthens our mission, and we look forward to keep welcoming you here again. We are also grateful to former chairman, members CBIC, past DGs of DRI, whose vision and dedication have brought this project to fruition, to all senior officers and colleagues who have gathered here today and have joined us virtually across the country. Thank you for sharing this moment with us. A project of this scale is possible only through collective effort. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to each and every officer of DRI, past and present, and all officers and staff of CPWD who have transformed an idea into this magnificent space. Your tireless commitment and passion is deeply appreciated. A special thanks to media personnel for their invaluable support and coverage. Last but not the least, I extend my sincere thanks to all my colleagues from DRI headquarters and Delhi Zonal Unit for their dedication and hard work in making this event a success under the able guidance and leadership of DG DRI. As we step into this new chapter, let us all remember a building, no matter how grand, is only as strong as the people within it. May this office serve as a space where ideas flourish, teamwork thrives, and where we continue to shape a future beyond our dreams. Thank you. Jai Hind.
धन्यवाद सर। मैं अब सभागार में उपस्थित सभी से निवेदन करता हूं कि वे राष्ट्रगान के लिए अपने नियत स्थान पर खड़े होने की कृपा करें।
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा, विन्ध्य हिमाचल यमुना गङ्गा उच्चल जलधितरङ्गा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
This brings us to the end of the event. May I now invite Honorable Finance Minister and Honorable Minister of State to please take a tour of the DRI headquarters building. I request all guests to please remain seated while the Honorable Ministers proceed for the tour of the building. I request our esteemed guests in the audience to please proceed to the courtyard for high tea. Esteemed guests may like to join for a guided tour of the new building after the high tea. Thank you.